Okay, we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. This is Marjorie Mallard, your childcare business franchise consultant. I hope everyone is having a phenomenal Wednesday so far. So, we are live here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. I am so excited to be speaking to you guys today. And today's topic is going to be on going from planning to executing excellence. Now, here's the thing, whether you know it or not, or like it or not, the truth of the matter is, we are, guys, at the end of third quarter. Like, September is here. September is here already next week. And once fourth quarter rolls around, what happens? Then we're already in pretty much the end of the year, and then we're going into the new year. So it is crazy because, yes, it truly seems as if we just did the happy new year last week, but we're already going to be positioning ourselves and preparing for the new year. But in today's conversation, I have someone really special on here. So I'm going to be introducing her briefly and then bringing her up and then letting her tell you as well who she is. So this is Miss Janae Pitts, and I have to just read here. She is a U.S. Army retired officer, single mother of four, and the CEO of Ultimate Sky Travel, guys. And she's going to be joining me in our conversation today. So I'm going to be bringing her up.
I see.
Her give. Hey, Janae, how are you?
I am fabulous, fantastic, and simply amazing, love. Thanks so much for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you. And for you guys that are out there on Instagram, you're not going to be able to see Miss Janae, but you can most certainly join in on the conversation. And if you have any questions, most certainly put them in for us to answer, okay? And I'll read them off. So, Janae, I'm super excited to be able to have you on here today and joining on this conversation, going from planning to excellence. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, hello, everyone in Instagram land, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, the audience. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join Miss Marjorie and I. But y'all know she didn't say too much about herself, so I got to shoot her some accolades back because I was like, who's she talking about? Me? Listen, I met this powerhouse rock star on an audio app. Yep, you heard right, an audio app. We ain't never seen each other. We were just, communicating. But I will tell you, one of my affirmations is that I will attract like-minded, powerful, impactful people to me. Very specific. And woe, and as I say, lo and woe, and behold, look what came across my path with this marvelous young lady right here. And then I got a chance to meet her. So if you ever had any doubt, like you hear her, but you don't really know her, because it's Facebook, it's social media. But just in case you had any doubt, yes, I met her in person. You got it. She is not crazy, y'all. But I did have to go to a public place. That's what I recommend. But she is who she says she is. And when you meet people, sometimes it's a little bit different,
Yeah.
but her internal character is just as great as you hear it on the audio, as you see her smile. It's inside and out, through and through. So thank you, Miss Marjorie, first and foremost, for inviting me on today. I'm super excited. My name is Janae Pitts. As she said, I'm a U.S. Army retired major, mother of four beautiful children, three adult sons, and one mini me princess. I currently reside in Costa Rica. I retired from the military after 26 years, and people are like, "What are you doing in Costa Rica?" I'm in Costa Rica for my child. I want to tell mothers out there who are single moms, which has been the majority of my life, that if I can do it, you can do it also. So I have a travel company where I'm internationally. We're here located in the continental United States. We're also in the United Kingdom. We're also in the Caribbean, and we'll be soon expanding into Canada. So looking forward to that. But I have over 70 agencies and different personnel who specialize into different things across the world. But my passion and my purpose is truly, truly, truly to serve others, to help others to live their best life, however they want to do it, in whatever they want to do. So free 99, because that's my favorite four-letter word, because I know I know who blessed me along the way,
Yeah.
and it was free 99 for me too. So I'm just paying it forward. Back to you, Miss Marjorie.
Yes, I just absolutely love that. I love it. And my goodness, living in Costa Rica. So, you know, that's my retirement dream. Not Costa Rica, but out in the Caribbean. I just want to be in the heat and the sunshine all day, all night long. You know, don't want to see snow, which is why I left New York. For those of you who don't know that I left New York, tired of the cold and just want to be in the warm weather. And I love the fact that you said you just for the free 99 just want to empower women because you know that's what we do, right? We just want to empower women. We want to pay it forward. So I just absolutely love that. So thank you for coming on this live with me today and for engaging in this conversation. You know, a couple of things in reading your bio that really struck home to me that I just absolutely loved is because you are a U.S. Army vet and you explained how the Army had taught you how to do so many things in life, right? But what it did not teach you how to do is how to accumulate wealth, right? And I just love that because you guys, that's the truth of the matter. You know, if we worked our 9 to 5, for a lot of you maybe out there that are around, you know, my age bracket, right? Our parents taught us how to do a lot of things. Our environments taught us how to do a lot of things. But what they did not teach us how to do is how to accumulate wealth because the mindset back then was a lot different than what we have to do here today. And as entrepreneurs, you know, we have the privilege, the blessing, and the honor to now take that into the palm of our hands because we then can dictate our futures, right? And accumulate wealth for our next generations to come, leaving that legacy. So I just really love that you said that. And being that they did not teach you to accumulate wealth, you took it upon your own hands. What is it that you did for yourself to get started in business so that you
Wow.
get trajectory?
Listen, first and foremost, let me do this disclaimer. I do not want y'all to do what I did because it was so not the right way to do things. You know what I mean? Um, I didn't have a guide, I didn't have a handbook. It was basically touch and go by experience, period, because I didn't have no one to show me. I got into a business, I was super excited, but I didn't know anything about business.
Yeah.
Did that make me an entrepreneur? No, that just made me a person that got into a new project but didn't understand the behind the scenes of what it truly did mean to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
So I will tell you what I did was I went to YouTube University. YouTube University, went to Google. Google's your best friend.
Yep.
And I basically taught myself the things to do. I was like starting my company. I had went and got my EIN on the IRS.gov side. I went and got my state registration. So I got my business license, and and I did all this out the gate. But guess what? I didn't even have any money coming in
Mhm.
at all, period. So I was like, and the BNS is like, okay, I'm paying out all this money. I
Right.
was paying all this money out my pocket. And again, not knowing anything, just flying by the seat of my pants. And
Mhm.
that's why I tell people, you don't want to do what I did, putting out a lot of money,
Yep.
flying by the seat of your pants,
Yep.
not having a guide to go by, not having a checklist, not really understanding, starting things before you needed to. Some things could have been done later. A lot of those things. Learning that when you're in my industry, when you do become an independent, truly 100%, and you become registered, oh, by the way, you're no longer covered by insurance. So now you got to go get your own insurance, another expense, just different things out there. Then again, I said I was not making any money, but I was putting out all these expenses to
Right.
get a company started, not knowing anything. So that's how I got started, Miss Marjorie.
Well, listen, you're not by yourself because, you know, I've been in the childcare business 23 years, and that's what we have in common. When I first got started, I didn't have a guide. I didn't have anybody to steer me in the right direction. And that's exactly what I did. You know, The internet was just really becoming big back then. So Googling everything, the library was still a thing, going, trying to research, figure things out, YouTubing and all this other stuff. And then when I did decide that, I want to be excellent at this craft, right? I was just tired of playing the take a step here, take a step there, trying to achieve success game. I wanted to be excellent. I went out and I asked people who were in the industry and I consulted with them. But this is the thing, Miss Janae, I consulted with the wrong people, right? I consulted
Mm-hmm.
with those who did not have my best interest in mind, right? So they just shout out particular answers to me. And being in the childcare industry, I even went to the state and I was like, help, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. And I know this is the internet, everybody's out there watching, but the truth of the matter is, because I'm real and raw, they did not even help me. Done,
Mm-hmm.
period. They did not even help me. But then when I was able to really buckle down and tap into the right resource, and I learned about the planning process and what goes behind the planning process. Because truth be told, Janae, I thought I was doing my research, right? I was like, oh, I'm doing research. I'm on the computer. I'm doing this. I'm doing research. But here's the thing, right? Unless you know what to research, you're not researching the right thing so that you could be successful in business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, what do we research? We're looking at other businesses and we don't know strategically what to look for, right? We're
Oh my
just
gosh.
we're just looking at things here or there, but we don't know exactly what guides and what reports that we should really zone into to get the data that we need so that we could be successful. Or even better yet, what person to tap into that has already invented the wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that you can get to the level of success that you need to, because all this research in the wrong areas and talking to people in the wrong areas kind of like confuses the mind.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? It confuses the
Absolutely.
mind.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you. And like I tell everybody, listen, it's not that you did the wrong thing, because at least you did something,
Exactly.
because something is so much better than nothing,
Right.
So don't get it twisted. Don't think, oh my gosh, I don't know. No, you live, you learn, as we say on the commercial, you get some love.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that Love's commercial? That first baby, everybody like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. By the second baby, the binky, the pacifier that fell off the on the ground, and you put it in your mouth. Here you go. The candy. Here you go. But you live, you learn, and you adjust, and you continue to grow. But so don't think you did anything wrong. You did it right, because at least you did something. You took action.
That's
What we want to do is be able to show you and help you not waste time like we did. If you know somebody who has done something and who has done a thing, as Ms. Margaret just said, and has been successful, you want to copy that cat, right? And you definitely want to copy the right cat, because, like Ms. Margaret said, there's some cats out there that ain't in your favor, right?
right.
And so, hence, you need to study your industry. You need to study your craft. You need to see who is documented in that subject, or that field of expertise
Exactly.
that you have been. When I say study, I'm not saying just, oh my gosh, you see all this other stuff. No, that means you see them in 2009, you saw them in 2019, and here it is 2023. They still rolling the same way.
Tell it
Period.
exactly. So
That is evidence, not 2019, they're one hit wonder. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The one hit wonders on the albums. Like, what happened to what? Who was those people? Y'all remember that? Like, yeah, they had that song. You don't want no one hit wonders. You want those Patties, those Patty LaBelles. Some
right.
consistent. From way back when they got a history. You can go back and look at it. And now you can see it, and you can still see that they're flowing and going in that same vibe and that same energy and that same success.
Yes.
That's the right cat.
Yes.
So when you have good ideas and you want to put them down, and we, like you asked, you got to write everything down, right, Miss Marjorie? You first got to put the pen to paper.
Right.
Put the pen to paper.
Out of those, get it out of that mind and just Script it, absolutely.
Because
So
if I would have had, like I said, a checklist or something, y'all, to go by, like
exactly,
I said, I wouldn't have been flying by the seat of my pants.
right. And
But
that's
the fact that
where
it didn't happen.
and
But
that's where the business plan piece that I mean, I just can't, I just love speaking about it, comes into play, because when you take what's in here out
mhm,
and you script it and you put that together with real life backed up data from, like you said, quote unquote, a cat that's been around. And I love that because I'm going to be that, right? It changes the game,
yes.
becomes reality. You know that you're getting your information from a credible source. And that's what you want. You want information from a credible source. And you want that credible source to be able to steer you and guide you in the right direction, right? And that's what your
Exactly.
planning process does. So we're talking about going from planning, executing to excellence, right? When you
Mhm.
plan, you just start to initiate. You just start, you're taking action, right? You're just starting to execute. But at the end of the game, you want that excellence. I know me, I'm the type of person, I love to be above the bar. That's just how I,
Mhm.
okay?
Yes.
Services that I provide need to be above the bar. And the clients that I have, I want to steer them as well, is to get above the bar, right?
Mhm.
So no more settling for this mediocre, well, haphazard type of a thing. No, there's a strategy out there, and it's just a matter of tapping into the right person, creating the right plan, and not just having it, because then when you have it, what do you do? But you got to know what to do with it, right? The way
Absolutely.
you use it is where it changes the game.
Let me tell you guys something. Miss Marjorie has a franchise model, right, with her child care. You know, she literally changed the game when she put together, and it all came from her business plan.
Yeah.
If she didn't have a business plan, she wouldn't have been able to create a franchise model. So I want y'all to understand what that means, you know. But let me put a pause right there because I'm going somewhere with this, right? When you probably work 9 to 5. And I did too. We all did. A lot of us did. I told you 26 years retired, but my hours were 9 to 5. My hours was 24/7 a day, 7 days a week, right? Whenever. Um, but what happened was you research your employer. Something a lot of people do.
Yes.
They research their employer. They want to see what they're all about. They want to get a little history about, who they are. You know, they're looking at their mission. They're looking at their vision. They want to see. You want to see if it's in alignment with what you got going on.
Exactly.
Then what you're doing, you're going to go see what your profession is, and you might go to onet.com where it has all the professional different backgrounds from a welder to a lawyer on there, and pretty much what the average cost of pay based off the US Census, how much people are getting paid in that position and
Mhm.
at that level, right? So then now you know some information to take to the table to have some bargaining power and some negotiation skills when they start certain way and say they offer you this, then you have a counter offer because you did your research, right? So
Right.
you do it for your day to day, for your career. So just think of it. It's the same thing as an entrepreneur. You're still researching,
That's
but in this case, it's for your own business versus
right.
somebody else's business.
That's
You're
right.
still researching those people you're going to connect to. You're still researching those individuals, like you might need some assistance, right? Virtual assistant, right?
Mhm.
You're just not looking for any virtual assistant. You're going to go and look and you're going to go research what's the average cost for a virtual assistant.
Yeah.
So you know off the gate, if you're on that Fiverr or however you want to call it app, you got to know roughly how much what the average is. But then you also know you're researching that cost, like, okay, that business plan that Ms. Marjorie is saying, now that's affecting your budget if y'all budget in regular life. Now
That's right.
you know, okay, this is about the average cost. So you already know I'm gonna need a virtual assistant. It costs about $200. So you wrote that down. You didn't write it in no format, but at least you wrote it down and you looked it up, right? So
That's
now you're starting out putting things together, researching the information, putting it on paper, seeing how it's going to affect and impact your business. And when
right.
I told you Miss Marjorie has a franchise model, one of the things that I learned for franchises, they have a checklist too.
That's right. Everything's about the checklist. That's
Exactly. And
right.
so she created a checklist for childcare providers out the gate to
Out.
know exactly step by step.
That's
what
right.
you need to do, how to set up a successful child development center.
That's
Isn't
right.
that amazing?
That's right. That's right.
Amazing.
Even in my practice, I have checklists on top of checklists on top of checklists. Licenses coming, checklist for that. Okay. How to train staff, checklist for that. How to offer different things, how to onboard my parents, checklist for that. I mean, it's important to have those streamlined checklists. And that's the beauty of when you partner up with somebody, right? Who has already walked the walk. I just want to give a quick shout out to some of our viewers here on Instagram. Hey, Danette, how are you doing? We got the strategy lady in the house. Grace is enough. Hey, Grace, long time, girl. Nice to see you. Veronica Atkins, good fortune. Hey, Veronica. Barbara Homelistic. Hey, Barbara. Lala Lovelace. Hey, Lala, nice to see you on. Classy Mona Lisa. Welcome, Classy. So we've got some good viewers on here. Guys, if any of you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. But
And I want to shout that Danette, the strategy lady, because you had said something to put it on paper. She said, do a brain dump, take it all out and put it on paper, dump your mind out, you know. So I've been like, I love hearing, because every time I hear people say, put it on paper, her voice is in my head. Do a brain dump, put it all out, get it all out your head.
I love it. I love when she says, do a checkup from the neck up, which is so true.
Exactly, because systems do what? Save yourself time, energy, and money,
And
and
money.
a migraine.
That's right. It's the
You
truth.
get checklist after checklist after checklist,
That's
but
right.
your checklist came from your foundation of your vision, of your plan, of
Yes.
what you had for your business. Because before you even got to a checklist, you had to still put it all on paper to create your foundation in
Right.
order to get a checklist from. I think a lot of people, Miss Marjorie, work backwards. You
Yes.
know, they go out and they be like, I'm gonna get my website.
Right.
Well,
Right.
okay. Well, what you gonna put on your website? What's your mission? What's your vision? You know, I mean, what do you have that? You know, they talking about colors. I want it to be this color. I want it to be that color. You know, I want this photographer. I need headshots. You know, kind of
What's the
backwards, right?
content? What's the content?
Like, so I love that you say you put everything down, but let's just keep it all together to understand before you even get to the checklist, you still got to come back to your plan
Yeah.
that you have put on paper and you brain up. And I already know that if y'all been following Miss Marjorie, you know she has a boot camp that's coming up. But I got blessed to be a part and listen to her how to do a business plan, because it's something so simple that you think be like, oh my gosh, you know how to do a business plan, you know that should be seen. No, if you was to do a poll, if you're in an organization or whatever, if you're a leader or whatever, and you're helping others, you do a poll, you will be just amazed at how many people do not have a business plan, but they've been in business for 20 plus years.
Exactly. Or created one last century. Okay. Because that's the other thing too.
True said last century, because we are in another century. That's a true statement, y'all. That is so true. Right. So you have like things are out of date, out of practice. We're in a digital area. And she mentioned library. I thought about the Dewey Decimal System. Do we have the Dewey Decimal System catalog system now, you guys?
No,
No. Do we
exactly.
have encyclopedias in the libraries like we used to? Really, Britannica, all those different ones. Like, no. So
Right.
times have changed. So things have to be updated, revised. So if you did a century ago, those things, but it's still important because it drives your business, right?
Right, it does. And this is what I want to say to you guys out there as well. Once you have, so we talked about the beauty of using the business plan, but once you have this plan, you're to keep it at your disposal at all times. You should be updating it at least quarterly, at at minimum semi-annually, okay? And as you're planning, as entrepreneurs, we do that planning process. We write out our to-dos, right? And we've got goals that we're going to hit for the quarter. Your business plan, guys, has already captured your entire vision from when you're starting to when you're going to exit your business. the
Mhm.
products that you want to create, the services that you want to create, the type of people that you want to connect with. This is already all in your business plan. And your overview, the executive summary, is going to look at you and put you on point. Like the
Mhm.
GPS, right? When we're doing that driving, we go down the wrong road, we plug into it so we could get back on track, right? Because we get back on track. So that's what your business plan does for you. You are to utilize this in your business from inception to idea, growth, expansion, all the way through. So it has such value that a lot of people don't recognize. So for you guys out there, because we're going to be wrapping it up rather soon, but for you guys out there on all the channels, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're looking to be an entrepreneur, if you've already created a business plan, if you've just been toying with the concept of creating a business plan, we are here to say to you, this is the time to make that impact. This is the time to set yourself above the bar and to take yourself to that next level. It's one thing what we do. We sit and we dream and we, visualize all these great things, but we need to be action takers. No more tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. It is today. The trajectory for your business, for your life changes today. And simply, it changes through yourbusinessplanning.com. When you join this boot camp, when you get on board and you take the time to sit down with us in this intimate, small setting, get all of the thoughts out of your head, create your plan, irregardless of what industry or business you are in. We all need business plans. And we create the thing and then learn how to make money for you. Because that's what it's about, right? It's not just about having a plan, it's about fulfilling excellence. And if you're in business, I'm hoping that you're looking to make money because, that's one of the reasons why we get into it. But we want to use that resource so that it could make money for you throughout your journey, not create dust. Okay, that's not what it's for. So, Pastor.
That's amazing. Miss Marjorie, I just want to leave them with this before we depart.
Mhm,
Because everybody can relate to mostly a vehicle, right? Um, Most people want to ride around in a vehicle without a spare tire. Why is that? Because you can go on flat, right?
mhm,
So I always often ask, why would you then just have one source of income?
exactly.
Because as we learned during the pandemic, a lot of people's income went on flat. So
Yes.
that's the vehicle. Then I want you guys to understand what she just said about the maintenance, maintaining, right? So when you're in a vehicle as well as having a spare tire, what do you normally have to go and get like on a regular? Even if you don't know about vehicles, most people know just one real good thing you're supposed to do: get your oil change.
That's right.
And not only that, they put a little sticker in your window and tell you when your next mileage or the date that you're going to come back in to get that oil change. So again, why would you have a vehicle, which is your business, a vehicle that's your business that provides you an additional source of income? Why wouldn't you have dates and plans for maintenance
Mhm.
put down on paper for where you need to go and get it checked up and check in to
Mhm.
make sure you're on the same, everything is running smooth, because that's what you do for your vehicle. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you're thinking about, these things you ride around in your vehicle. It similarities to your business. Don't treat your business like a hobby,
That's right.
you know, or it's going to pay you like a hobby.
Mhm.
Treat your vehicle like crap, it's gonna break down on you like crap. Back to you, Miss Marjorie.
I love that. Thank you so much, so much. And guys, I hope you guys caught that out there. And I just can't, my passion is just this whole planning process. It's just business in general and being a child care business owner, consultant now, and franchiser. I can't just say enough the power behind having a business plan and having a mentor. Like having that resource, those resources, because I've learned. I remember when I first heard of the terminology business plan, I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, then I looked into it and I saw all this language that I couldn't relate to or understand.
Mhm.
I'm doing this. I'm going to do this without it. I can't tell you how much time I wasted, and time is money. How much money went down the rabbit hole. Now, I mean, I was just saying to somebody the other day, I'm redoing my business plan again for the next venture. For the next venture. This is
Yeah.
real, y'all. So, again, I am Marjorie Mallard, your childcare business franchise consultant and your business strategist. All things business. If you're looking to get to that next level in your life and in your business, because we start businesses to change our lives, right? They
Mhm.
certainly want to tap into this boot camp. This is going to be the real deal. I am not a person who likes to fluff things out. I'm just no nonsense, straight to it. Let's get to the business, okay, and let's make it happen. So it's going to be taking place on September 8th and September 9th. September 8th is a Friday night. September 9th is Saturday morning, 2 hours on both occasions. And you can go over to yourbusinessplanning.com, save your seat, because I do want to keep it small and intimate, Janae, so that I could work with everyone and we can, get this information in and get it done. So go over, save your seat, and do me a favor, you guys, like and share the video. And if there's somebody out there that you love, that you want to help them in their business as well, share the video over to them as well. Any closing words for you?
Thank you so much, Ms. Marjorie. And we wrapping it right on time because the floors are here and people are hammering away.
Awesome. All righty. Thank you, guys. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, Janae. Thank you for coming on board and for having this conversation with me. I truly loved it. And I'll see you guys on the other side of success. Marjorie Mallard here again. Any questions? Send me a DM. All righty, guys. Have a great one.